Hello? Hello?
Dear participants, please unmute
Hello.
yourself. Don't.
Good afternoon.
Sir, actually, I have a question.
We have a question, but we'll talk it later. Please don't unmute yourself. Be in mute, please. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. I hope I am audible. Can you just reply whether I am audible or not? Yeah. Thank you for your reply. So, today we'll be first initially starting with the Node-RED service, which we could not cover yesterday. So we'll first cover that Node-RED service of Watson visual recognition service, and then we'll move on to our Watson assistant. Okay, we'll first get to know what is chatbot, and then we'll start with our chatbot building. Okay, so before starting the session, uh, initially people lower your hands. After I ask some questions, then you can raise your hands. Until that, please lower your hands. Yeah, thank you. We have gone to yesterday's session, right? Our session was done on visual recognition service, right? So, how many of you have trained your model? Can you please raise your hand? The participants who have trained their models. Okay. Okay. Thanks. All. Please lower your hands. Now, second question is something like, how many of you people face, problem for training your model? Mhm. Okay. Two. I can see any of the people you have faced the problem during training your model, right? So can I know what problem you have faced? I'm just allowing you to chat. Please let any one of you please let me know through the chat what kind of problem you have faced. So what kind of error is it showing in there? Okay, thanks for all like this. So see guys, I can see error. I can see a message something like service error is showing it, service error. So what kind of service error? If service error is there, so what kind of service error? Okay. And second error what you face is like this training model is not activated. See guys, if you upload your zip file, then your training button for the train model will be activated. If you don't update your sorry if you don't upload your pictures like your zip files proper, then you will not be able to you will not be able to get the option called train model. Okay, so in other then I can see only the server internal server error. Mm, So guys who are facing the internal server error, I suggest you all to delete your Watson Studio and rebuild your Watson visualization service. So I mean rebuild, I mean recreate your Watson visualization service. Okay. And next, cloud storage. What is the error? Like Harshit, I'm allowing you to chat. So can you just let me know what is the error you are facing for the cloud storage? Anish, you need to create your Watson visualization service again and retrain your model. Vanishka, same for you. Somnash, if you delete your cloud object storage, then it will not be there. You'll have your cloud object storage. You have to delete it. I'll show you the people how to delete. Delete the service. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly start from the beginning again. I'll train your model and then then we'll switch to our notepad and then we'll switch to our Watson assistant. And I request every participant to maintain the decorum, not to on your mics, not to on your videos. You can sincere request. So let me start share my screen and start the session. Okay. So this is the model which I have trained earlier. Okay. So now what I'll be doing is I'll be deleting my entire cloud Watson visualization service and recreating it and retrain the model again. Okay. So let me go to the initial stage first. Let me go to my dashboard. Right. This is your dashboard. Okay, guys. So what are all the services you create in this IBM cloud? The services will be stored here. Okay. This is your dashboard. What we are seeing on the screen. Okay. So now first initially what we have to do under the services section, you will have your Watson Studio and Watson Visualization service. Okay. You need to delete them. Okay. You need to delete this Watson Studio and Watson Visualization service. Okay. This both. Let us delete them. And you can see that my Watson visualization service has got deleted, right? The same thing, I'll delete my Watson Studio. And what you people would be doing, you would be deleting only your Watson Studio and Watson visualization service under the service section, right? But your cloud object storage will be stored here, something here, okay? Under the storage section. You need to delete this service. If you don't delete this service, what happens is the older, the previous service which you have created and worked on that, that will be reflected back once after you create the service again. Okay. So you need to delete this cloud object storage as well. Let us delete this. Guys, I hope I am clearly audible to you, right? My voice is very clear, no disturbance for you, right? Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for the reply. Okay. So you can see that I have deleted my storage and my services as well, right? So now we'll let us go to our catalog section and recreate our services. Okay. So under this catalog section, let's search for visual recognition model. Okay. So you can directly create your Watson Studio service as well as you can create directly your visual recognition service. This is what happens if I create directly visual recognition service. My Watson Studio will also be created. Okay, along with that. So let me go continue with this as the last region and create. Okay. So my services got created. Okay. Under this manage section, I have an option called launch Watson Studio, right? Let me click on this launch Watson Studio. Once I click on this launch Watson Studio, you know, I have directly launched into my visual recognition service, right? So here you can find once after you be on this page, guys, you have an option called classify images, right? We'll be creating custom model for this. Okay, so let us click on this create a model for the classification of images. Okay, so as you all know that we are performing a classification of the images, right? You can see that my cloud object storage is creating again, right? So it's not getting loaded. So that so you can see that my service has been created. Okay, so this is my older version. Let me create a new project for you guys. Just click on this project and let me create on new. Click create an empty project. So here you can see my cloud object storage has been taken again. So let me do it as demo. Use the name as demo IBM Build-A-Thon. Okay, so I'm just create the project. So here you can see that my project has been created with the name of demo IBM Build-A-Thon, right? Let me go to add to project, and here I can find my visual recognition, right? Let me click on this visual recognition service. Click here. We need to associate our visual recognition service as well as our Watson Studio. So we are doing that association here. Just checkbox and click on associate service. With this, what happens? Our studio and our Watson visualization service get associated. Okay. Yes, I have opened the chat for you. If you have any queries, you can post that. Okay. So now till now, what I have done, I have just created my Watson Studio and I have created my Watson visualization service and associated them. Okay. Once after I associate my service, I'll be onto this page. Okay, guys. Right. On your right left, you have an option. You have an option called classify images, right? There, just click on this create model. Harsh, now is it clear? Yep. Thank you. So here you can see that Aditya, please follow the steps what I am telling you. Okay. I can't repeat. I have repeat. Already I am repeating the sessions of it. Like I am repeating the session again, yesterday's session. So again, repetition is not possible. If I repeat, I cannot continue. Like I cannot cover the today's topic. Okay, guys. So here you can see when you click on the class create a model, here let us give the name as demo. Okay, demo IBM. Okay, so I have given my name, and then guys you have an option called browse onto your right side. Okay, here you can drop a zip file or you can drop .jpeg and .png files. Okay, we prefer you to drop a zip files. Okay, guys, I want you not to keep any server internal server errors here, right? I'm repeating the model. I'm repeating the things for you, all the steps again. Please follow this. Harsh, I am doing the same thing. I am repeating the steps which have been taught yesterday by the Gayatri, and I'm doing the same thing here. Please concentrate on the sessions what we are telling. Please, it's a request. Okay. So now you are onto this page, right? Now what you have to do, you have to train your model. Like you have to give the data to your model, right? So let us give our data to our model. Okay, cat dog. Let me download that data set. Okay, I have downloaded the data set now and I have converted the files to zip. I hope you cannot see my screen, which the local screen, right? So what I am doing is I am giving the two data sets of my cat and dog zip files to my visual recognition service. Here you can see that on your right side, here my data is been uploading. Yes, people have raised their hands. Storage need to be also deleted. If you're trying to retrain and recreate the service, then you have to delete your Watson visualization service and Watson Studio under your service section, and Cloud Object Storage under storage section. You won't get server error, Vanshika, if you follow the steps proper, because in front of you, I'm doing all the things right. Sorry guys, I see some unwanted messages. I need to stop the chat, and I'll continue with the session. Sorry for that. So here you can see I have uploaded my data set to my visual recognition service, and I have got my train model option right highlighted. Just click on this train model. So you can see here my model got like my model started training. Let's wait for this. Yes, till the model gets trained, guys. The people who are having doubt, you can ask through chat. But if I see unwanted messages, I'll stop the chat. Aditya, after the session at the evening, please connect to me. Okay, let me check that. Okay, Nazim, it depends on the network. The training model, the training time completely depends on the network. Akriti, if your model is, if your model is trained already, you don't need to train the model again. Okay. Once this model get trained, I'll show you how to open that. Okay. Guys, I request you all to work on cloud. Okay. The people who are facing errors need to recreate your service, not all. Sorry, Mayank, I have already started the session, like yesterday's session from the beginning. Now again, I cannot jump to back. Okay. Guys who are not interested in the session can please leave the session, but don't disturb the session which is going on. Okay. Because of you one member, I need to stop the chat, where rest all the peoples are facing issues. No, Nitin, if you apply your feature code, it will change to the trial version. Yeah, I have already a trained model, guys. So the people who have already trained the model yesterday. So let's continue. I request the people who have trained your model previously to create the service called Node-RED. Okay, we'll be dealing with a Node-RED today. So have you people created your Node-RED services before, or you would need to create it? Guys who have like I'm lowering all your hands, who have created your Node-RED service previously, please raise your hand. Yep, sure. So the guys who have their Node-RED services created, please launch your Node-RED service and be on this page, which is your flow editor, okay? And even I am passing a small link through chat. Please take that link, okay? I'll show you how to, download that all things. Yes, yes. I have given the link to you all. Please go to that link, open that link. Okay. The people, once you open this link, like if you are on this link, please raise your hand so that I can continue further. Yes, two. Okay. So what about the rest of the people? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your response. Now what you have to do is this flow. What you are seeing is our node-RED flow. Okay. So just copy this entire code. Okay, and go to your Node-RED service. Okay, go to your Node-RED service. On your right side, beside the deploy option, you have three horizontal lines. That is your navigable lines. Okay, navigable option. Click on that. Then in that, you can find an option called import. Just click on this import and paste the entire code in the space there, how I'm doing. Okay, and then just click on import. Right, we'll be getting the same format errors what I am getting, okay, because we have not installed, our basic nodes yet. Okay, I'll show you how to install that even. So once you are done with this importing your code, please let me know. I hope my node screen is visible to you. Guys, is my Node-RED screen visible to you? Please raise your hand. Okay, thanks. So now what you have to do here, just go the same back to that navigable option there beside your deploy option and click on manage palette. Click on manage palette. Then a pop-up gets open. Okay. Now in this pop-up, you have an option called install, right? Just click on this option called install and then search for node-red, sorry, node-red hyphen dashboards. Okay. This is the first option. Node-red hyphen dashboard. I'm even pasting the same thing in the chat. Please get from there. Okay. Now just click on install option, which is being displayed there. Then a pop-up will be you will be getting a pop-up something like this. Just click on install. Okay, you can see that your basic dashboard node got installed. Okay, so now just close this, and here you can see before we install this dashboard node, you were getting some error, right? Now our template node is okay. So here what we have to do, just remove this connection. Okay, the connection between template node and your test node. Okay, this test, the node which is named as test, is nothing but your visual recognition node. Okay, this node is nothing but your visual recognition service node. Okay, so now here, this your first function node should be connected to this test node. Okay, why we are connecting this our function node to this visual recognition service node is, here in this function node, when you can see, we have a code written here, right? Here you can see a code something like message.branch equals to, in flower bracket, in that under double quotes we have given our classifier ID, right? We can get this classifier ID from here. Let me show that. Okay. Here in the asset section under visual recognition models, you can find your trained models. Okay. Just right click on your trained model and click on open in a new tab. Then you will get the IDs and all basic information over here. Under this summary, you will have your ID. Let's wait to load. So that my model is not trained proper. Yeah, this model is untrained. Let us test this model. Okay, here you can see under summary section model ID. I have my model ID here, right? Just copy this model ID from here and replace here. Okay, replace this under double quote. Okay, I have replaced it and just click on done. This is what happened, guys. The input what we are giving, okay, the input what it is taking from the user goes to interacts with this model ID, trained model, with the help of this visual recognition service. Okay, so what are the inputs we are give? It goes to this classifier ID. Then this class model which we have built interacts with our visual recognition service from this visual recognition node, and then it comes to this function node where it's nothing but it takes input in the form of payload. Okay, if If we don't use this current function node, we'll get our output in the form of JSON. Okay. If we give the JSON format output, our users will not be understanding it, right? So what we do, we change that JSON format into a normal form, okay, with this particular code. Okay, this is the particular code. So we write this, we use this function basically. Okay? So now what we have to do, just now under this visual recognition node, just double click on this visual recognition node, and here it's asking for some credentials, right? It's asking for some service endpoint and the API key, right? So now what we have to do is we have to give this API key as well as a service endpoint. We can get that from this page. Okay, this is your API key. Just click on show credentials. This particular thing is your API key, and this is your URL. Okay, just copy your API key from here and paste it in this API section. And then next, copy your URL from this page and then paste your service endpoint. Service endpoint is nothing but your URL. Okay, paste your URL in the place of service endpoint and click on done and deploy. Guys, whatever changes you made or whatever the flow you have built, it should be deployed. Until and unless it is deployed, you cannot use your service. Okay, I mean you cannot use that flow which you have created. Okay, now let us open our UI. And before going to UI, let me explain this node. Okay. Here on your left side, you can see some nodes, something like nodes, inject, debug, complete, cat, status, and kind of things, right? This your left side, this complete section is known as the node section, where all the nodes which you have installed, like your pre-installed nodes or the nodes which you want to use, stays in this section. Okay, that is your node section on your left side. This middle section, what you are finding a small boxes kind of thing, right? This is your editor. This editor is nothing but we create our flows in this editor section by dragging our nodes from a node section. Okay. Now on your right side, you have something here, right? First, when you on the top, you can see some options called I, and then help option, debug kind of option. That is your debug messages, and this dashboard. Okay, these debug messages, this debug window, when you click on this bug type of option, our debug window opens. Okay, in this debug window, we can see our output. It is nothing but, in a simple words, we can tell it as a developer console. Okay, it's something like developer console. Okay, so this is about your node. Okay, I hope I have not configured it. Let me update it. And this particular template node is used to give our template something like this. Okay, to design this complete things, to give this submit button and to take this option as pros and all this. This complete entire UI is been designed with the use of this template node. Here you can see we have written some script in the form of HTML or CSS. Okay, you can see this, right? This complete thing is the code for this your entire UI. Okay, now just click on this source. Let us select some random image. And open and submit. So here you can see I have given an image of cat, and here in the class it shows cat and the score. Score is nothing but the probability. Okay. So now let me try with some dog images as well. So go to the dog section and give something like this, dog, and click on submit. Okay, you can see the class is dog and the score of the particular class. Okay, coming back again, cancel. This template node, I hope you have understood this flow. And as I've told you that we'll be seeing our output, our debug output here, right? Our developer console is this, right? Here, this output we are getting because we have used this debug node here. With the help of this debug node, we get our output in this debug window. That's it. So, uh, is this flow clear to you? Or do you have any queries? Guys, you have any queries? Yeah, I can see two participants have raised their hand. Uh, Now am I audible?
Yes, Hemant. We are
Yeah,
able to
thank you. Yeah, thank you. So go back to your catalog section. The people who have not created your node rates, please follow the steps. Okay, just go to your catalog section, and there you have an search bar, right? And this search bar, just type node-red. Then you can find this. Okay, Node-RED app. Just click on it. For me, I'll not be able to create as I've created already. Okay, just click on get started. Once after you click on get started, then you'll have a region. Don't change anything and just directly hit on create. Okay, once you hit on this create, what happens is it shows it's on your left side. For some time it starts a scroll, like you will get an option, a rolling option there. Okay, but that means your cloud object storage is been creating. Okay, your Node-RED cloud object storage, not that previous cloud object storage. Okay, for this Node-RED we have other object storage which has been here, like cloud storage which will be created. Okay, that is known as cloud end. Hmm. So cloud end will be created first. Okay, then once of your cloud end has been created, on the mid of the page, you will have an option called deploy app. Okay, you'll have an option called deploy app. When you click on that particular option, which is deploy app, again a pop-up, a new window or a pop-up gets open. Okay, in that, on above you'll have four things, that is Kubernetes, Red Hat, Cloud Foundries, and Code Engine. Okay, you'll have these four options on the above. Once you click on your deploy your app, then you need to select Cloud Foundry option. Okay, once you select your Cloud Foundry option, then below you'll find and it will be asking for API key. I hope, right? It will ask for API key. Then on that, uh, beside that API key option, you will find a new option in a blue color. When you hit on that a new option, an API key will be created automatic. Okay. Then give that, just click on new and then click on OK. So what happens? This API key will be reflected there in that API field. Okay. So then, guys, please note down the steps. Okay. Then what happens, you'll the other steps, it will be and here guys, what you have to make note of is, if in the Dallas section, if it is giving a error as organized, so Gayatri has given the link of the PDF in the chat. You can please check the steps. Whatever I'm telling now, you'll be having the steps in that particular PDF. Okay, please check that. Okay. Uh, so what happens? That if the region is Dallas and you are getting an error as organizational ID is not there, or you'll get some kind of error for the organization ID and the dev space. Okay, if you are getting that error, change that particular region from Dallas to London. Okay, vice versa you can do. If it is giving error for the London, you need to change the region to Dallas. Okay, these two regions will be working for you. Then once the region is given proper, it automatically takes its organizational ID and their space. Okay, then you can click on create, and then it will ask for create option again. There you can give the same region which you have given previously, that might be Dallas or London. Okay, then click on create. Then you can see automatically your after few minutes, I can say some 2 to 3 minutes after that, you can find your Node-RED service created under this Cloud Foundry. I'll show you where it gets created. Here under this Cloud Foundry apps, your Node-RED service gets created. Whatever the name you are giving will be visible here. You can see this Node-RED service created under your Cloud Foundry apps. Yeah. Hope the steps are clear. Guys, is it clear? Are the steps clear? Node-RED creation steps. If you raise your hands, I can proceed with our chatbot. Yes. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, even a PDF, the steps of PDF is also been provided in our chat. You can check that PDF if you have some doubts. Okay, you are unable to create, you can check that PDF. Okay, so before moving to our chatbot, let me take you to a general model, okay, which is a pre-built model, to how to use your pre-built model. The flow will be same, guys. There's nothing change in this flow. Only change what we have to do is the connection. Okay. Now here you can see my function node is connected to this visual recognition service node because I am using my trained model, right? For that, I have connected my function node and my visual recognition node. So now what I will do, I want my general model to be worked. Okay. So here, what I'll be doing is I'll take this template, I'll connect this template node and my visual recognition service node. I'll remove the connections from my function node. Okay. To remove the connection, guys, just click on this connection and click on delete. Your connection will be removed. Okay. So I'll be working with a general model. As you know, in this visual recognition service node, we have given our API key and API key and our service endpoint, right? So then just deploy because I'm deploying because I have made here changes that I have removed the connection between my template and my function node, right, guys? So you can see here, you can give any random image and you'll get the output for it. Sorry. So you know, this is the working of your general model. Uh, Yesterday, you have taught like what are the models present over there, right? So let me take you to there. See here. Here we have our pre-made models, right? That is general model, that is food and exclusive. Okay. Now we have used this general model. If you want to use this food model, copy this ID, you know, copy this ID in this function node. Just paste your ID there and connect the nodes. Okay. With this, you can use your food model, pre-built food model. Uh, I hope it's clear. We can move for the chatbot. Can I please respond, guys? If you raise your hand, I'll move to the chatbot section. Yeah. Before moving, let me reconfirm once with all you. Are you clear with the steps still here? That is, you're training your model and working with this node, right? Like building the flow for your node, right? Of a visual recognition service. I can see few responses. What about the others? I've got some responses. Okay. Thanks, guys, for your response. Let's proceed with our chatbot section. So let me share the screen again. So stop sharing. So we will share the screen. That is PPT. So I hope, guys, my screen is visible. That is your PPT. Some PowerPoint presentation is visible to you on your screen. I hope. Can you raise your hand if yes? Thanks for confirmation. Okay. So today we'll start with a fresh topic. That is fresh service. That is Watson Assistant Service. Okay, this service we basically use to create chatbots. Okay. So before diving into this topic, I want to understand from you guys. Here on the slide, you can see a chatbot colored in a both different. You know, we have used some different colors for that name, right? One is black and one is blue. So, can you just tell me what is chat? Can you just tell me what is chat? Okay, yeah. Something chat is nothing but conversation, right? We converse with some, conversation between some X persons, X and Y, right? So the communication medium, or the talk which we have with two different persons is known as chat. Okay, and bot. Now, what is why we have given the name as bot? Here we give this name as bot because when I give, for example, of this chatbot, I hope you have used your Siri, your Alexa, and Amazon Alexa, your Siri, and your Google Assistant, right? Most of the people are having your Android phones with you, right? So in that Android phone, you can find your Google Assistant, right? What you do with this Google Assistant? You make a conversation, right? You have some, if you have some queries, you just, you just call it as, hey, Google, can you just help me with so and so, right? You just give some kind of thing, right? That is known as a conversation. Conversation when start, you give some, you ask your query, then the bot will be responding. That particular why the bot is called responding response with a particular query, your query, right? So this medium, what happens? We converse with that conversation with the bot and us, right? So the mediums, the applications which we are used to convert, we can say something like uh, electronic device, a device which electronic device which we converge with are known as chatbots. Okay, so now going to our next slide. What is chatbot? The medium, the conversation medium which is used. This chatbot can replace a human being. For example, let me tell why these chatbots are useful for in nowadays. Okay, so you can see basically when you start, when you see, for example, the best example I can give you is a customer care. Okay, if we don't have this chatbot in a customer care, we in customer care executive who is sitting over there will be attending 100 calls, right? I can say 100 calls. More than 100 calls will be attending. If a person is getting call, and if I am a person who is calling an executive and asking some next question, okay, the same question will be asked by some other Y person, that person, like this the series goes on. If not only the same question, it might be some X and Y questions too. At the starting of the morning or starting of the day, we get a proper response from our executive. But when the day is going on, when it comes to evening, some kind of thing, where a person who is sitting there will be exhausted with the calls, with the work which he has. So what happens? We don't get a proper response there, right? So if our customer executive is not giving a proper response to a person or a customer, so there what happens? A customer loses the confidence, or the faith from that company, right? Or his query will not be solved proper, right? So instead of the customer executive work, we replace the chatbot. Now, guys, if you ask this chatbot same questions for the thousand times, it gives a proper reply, right? And the next thing, if you ask some, if thousands of queries also, if you ask, it won't tire. You'll get a proper response from start to the end of the day. Right? So this can be useful. So this is what our chatbots are used, and it can replace the work which is done by a human being. With what happens, the workload which is there on human beings gets reduced. Okay, and you can see, so if I say some example of the chatbots again, where they are implemented. If you call recently, ICICI Bank has introduced this chatbot in their service. Okay, so now what happens whenever you call your ICICI Bank, uh, you give your query. You know, First you type your language and thing. It asks you to select your language. Once you select your language, then this bot starts operating. Before you connect to your executive, the customer care executive who is sitting over there, all your queries are being taken by this chatbot. Okay, by this what happens? The If the query is related, if the query is minimal, a small query, these chatbots completes that query, solves the query, and closes the query there. If you Yeah, this is one of the example of this chatbot, like applications of this chatbot where it can be applied. Let us go to a next chatbot. This is the definition. Like I have asked here, what is a chatbot? Right? This is definition of your chatbot. A chatbot is a computer program or an artificial intelligence which conducts a conversation via auditory or a textual modes. Okay. What are the different types of applications? We have one of the example I have given for the applications, right? I have told you about the ICICI Bank. So these chatbots can be applied anywhere. You can apply this in the healthcare industry, the educational industries, anywhere, anywhere this chatbot can be applied. So now coming to the types of chatbot. Here we have three types of chatbot. That is scripted chatbot, the second is intelligent chatbot, and third is application chatbot. Okay. Now, basically, after this critical session, what the chatbot which we are gonna create is our scripted chatbot. Okay. In this scripted chatbot, what we do, we train our question and we train the answer for the same question. Okay. So what happens here? The question we are giving, the answer we are giving. Okay. We are training the bot completely, the Q and A. The both we are training our bot. So that type of bot are known as scripted bot. And coming to this intelligent bot, now in this intelligent bot, what happens is I just give my questions, I just give my queries there. Okay. So now what happens in this bot is with the help of the queries it is getting, with the help of the queries it is getting, it learns by itself, what type of answer should be answered to this such kind of query, something like this. Okay. This type of chatbots which learn by themselves are known as intelligent chatbots. Okay. Now coming to the application chatbot. Now in this application chatbot, what happens is these chatbots which are related to complete to an application. Okay. Now, for example, if I have in a software, you have a software and this software is being sold to some X and Y Z person. Now, if I implement the chatbot related to that particular application, then that chatbot is known as application chatbot, which answers, which gives, which helps the customer to give the responses for that particular chatbot, sorry, particular software. Then that a chatbot is known as application chatbot. Basically, in a normal world, if we want to say, we can tell you something like a chatbot created for our own personal use, like that particular software is known as application chatbot. Now, I hope you are clear till here the types of chatbot. Are you clear with scripted, intelligent, and application chatbots? Can I proceed further, guys? Please respond, please raise your hand so that I can proceed further. This next thing is nothing but I'll explain you the architecture of this complete chatbot, how does it work and all. Then we'll move on to our chatbot building session. Okay, thanks for the response, guys. So here, what happens? Our next slide is the I forgot about this. The platforms. These chatbots which you are built can be integrated to Facebook, can be integrated to Flash, can be integrated to your own website, and all things. Okay, these are the platforms. Now coming to this architecture of this chatbot. Okay, so guys, now as I told previously on the previous slide, what I've told, I will be creating some chatbot and we'll be integrating that particular chatbot to some, X and XYZ platforms. That is, it might be our website, it might be our, Facebook and all kind of things. All that stuff, that connection comes, the integration comes such as platforms such as website, it might be Slack, it might be Facebook. All this comes under the presentation layer. Okay, here you can see this is known as a presentation layer. In this presentation layer, all the type of integrations which are done to that what comes under this presentation layer. Okay, in the, from where the input comes to the chatbot, it comes from our presentation layer, right? Basically, when a user gives an input to in that UI, a user interface, what happens? It has some headers and all in that, right? So our message first from the user, that is, let me take an example of Facebook. Okay? Whenever I give, you just assume that I have built a chatbot and I have integrated it, and I have integrated it to Facebook. Okay, so whenever I give some response, whenever I type something in a chatbot, in a Facebook, what happens? It has to communicate to my chatbot, right? To communicate, what are the layers it follows. Okay, let me explain you now that. Now, first from this Facebook, my message, what are the query I'm typing? It might be some XYZ query. Whatever I'm typing comes to my messaging backend. Okay. What happens in this messaging backend is, so when I give some query and hit enter from in this Facebook, along with my message, it has some headers contained, right? So in this messaging backend, what happens is all that kind of stuff, the headers and all, are been removed. Okay, they are been removed and made the text as a plain text. Only the particular message is been passed to this machine learning layer. Under this machine learning layer, we have NLP or NLU. NLP stands for Natural Language Processing, and whereas NLU stands for Natural Language Understanding. Okay, that my particular plain text is being passed to this NLP or NLU. Okay, here my message is in process and understand. Okay, once this is done, then the message is been passed to this decision layer. Now, what happens in this decision layer is that if now here the text with the query which I have inputted to my chatbot, it comes to a decision layer. So here what happens is in this layer, in this particular part, near this decision engine, it checks, you know, if my query is directly, it can understand and respond, it directly gives that to NLG. NLG stands for Natural Language Generation. Okay. If my query is something like hi, it knows what I should respond for hi, right? it responds as hi. Hi. That is a small message that can be understood by this bot, right? Then what happens? This decision layer, if I give my input as high, this decision layer knows what kind of reply should be given to this, right? So then it goes directly to NLG. From this NLG, it directly comes to the messaging backend again in a form of plain text. It comes to my messaging backend and then it gives the response as hi to my Facebook again, in my Facebook chat again. Okay. This is a simple process which has been followed. Now let us see the second step. If my decision engine cannot make the decision, what kind of reply should be given? So then what happens? Okay, let us check for that. Now my decision engine can't understand what to do. In that case, what happens is my decision engine, what are the plain text has been got to this decision engine, will go to the data connector. Okay. In this data connector section, what happens? The plain text which has been given is been connected to my customer data source. Here, what happens? All nothing but this data connector and this customer data source comes under the data layer. As a database, you know, we all know what is database, right? In the same way, we have a data layer here. With these all forms of responses and all everything is being stored. Now my plain text comes to this data layer, that is data connector first. Then it searches for the response in this customer data source, and this response, whatever it is got, it is being given to the data connector again. From this data connector, it is being passed to NLP, that is natural language generator, right? From this natural language generator, generation, again my text is being given to the messaging backend. From there, this comes in a plain text format, right? Again, here what happens? Again, the header and all kind of stuff is been added to my message what I am getting from NLG, and then it is shown in the output link. Then again, it is shown as an output for us in our chat, or you know the place where we responded, where we queried. Sorry. Okay. I hope you are clear with complete architecture of the chatbot. I'm lowering your hand. The people who are clear with this, architecture of the chatbot can raise your hand. That means if you permit me for the next step, I can move for the next step. Right? Can I get response so that I can proceed further? I'm waiting for the response. Something like if you raise your hand so that I can, you know, continue, or do you want me to repeat the architecture? Even you can raise your hand. Should I repeat the architecture again? Yeah. Let me enable the chat for a while. That is only for few minutes or few seconds. Just tell me, should I repeat or should I proceed? Yes, you can put it in a chat that should I repeat or should I proceed? Repeat. Okay. I can see many responses as repeat, so I'll repeat it again. So guys, basically what happens, you'll understand very clear once we build our application. Okay. So basically in this architecture, in this chatbot architecture, what happens is I integrate my chatbot to some particular XYZ application, right? That might be Facebook or that might be Slack, right? Guys? So in this, if I integrate my application to Facebook, okay, sorry, that means my chatbot to a Facebook. There, what happens? I open the chat and I give them hi. Okay, these hi, which I am giving in the chat from the Facebook, will go to my chatbot, and from there, my chatbot will be responding to the query, like to the question which I have given to it, right? So what all? So how do I get this? How does it get processed, or how do I get the response from the chatbot? Is this I will explain you in this with the help of this architecture. Okay. Basically, when I give something like hi in this Facebook section, it goes first to the messaging backend block. Okay. In this block, what happens is my message which I've given in this Facebook, which goes to the chatbot, contains some header files. Okay, some contains some header kind of things. So in this messaging backend, all that kind of headers will be removed and it will be changed to a plain text. Okay. And then that particular plain text is being given to a machine learning layer. In this machine learning layer, I have sub block that is nothing but NLP, NLU, and the second block is the decision engine. Okay. In this NLP or NLU, what happens in the first block, to say very simple, is my plain text will be processed and then understand. Okay, then it goes from this first block, it goes to the second block, which is my decision engine. There, my according to the plain text which I've got, it takes the decision whether it should what kind of output should be given. If I say hi, it gives hi. It knows, it is a general a small query like hi, what to be responded to hi. It's a hi, right? Obviously, if one person greets you as hi, will you tell something else or if you tell hi? Obviously, you will be telling hi, right? So that my decision engine can understand. Okay, if it can understand, then it directly gives what sort of output should be printed to my NLG. Here, NLG stands for Natural Language Generation. Okay, now this NLG gives that particular output or the output, the decision which is made by my decision engine to my messaging backend. Okay, as a plain text. As a plain text or plain text array, plain text array format, it comes to my messaging backend. Okay, from this messaging backend, what happens on now again the headers and all kind of stuff is added, and then that same thing is printed in my script. Okay, that particular output is printed in my script. Okay, this is one case. Now let's talk about second case. Second case, what happens if my decision engine cannot make what sort of output should be given? Okay. Here in this case, what happens is it goes to my data layer section. In this data layer section, I have data connector and customer data source. Okay. First, from this decision engine, it goes to the data connector. From there, it searches for the customer data in this customer data source. And then once after it searches and it gets some XYZ output, what it has been printed, then it comes back to my NLG. Okay. From this NLG, again the same process. It comes in the form of plain text to my messaging backend. From this messaging backend, again the output gets printed in my Facebook or some XYZ website. That is a presentation layer. Hope I'm again lowering your hand. Hope at least this time is clear for you. Am I clear? The people who have asked for repeat can respond to you, whether it is clear or not. Yes, you can respond. My screen is not stuck. Are you all able to see the architecture of chatbot screen? No? Just a minute then. Then just a minute. Let me change the screen setting. Option, ratio, there. Now is it visible, guys? When you might have told me earlier, right? I screen article is not visible. So whatever, yeah, whatever I've taught you is this thing, the architecture. First, my presentation layer. From there, it gets connected to my machine learning layer with the help of my sitting backend. Then from this machine learning layer, it goes to my NLG, which is natural language generation. Again, it connects to my messaging backend. From there messaging backend, I get my output in some presentation layer. Okay. So this is the architecture of a chatbot. So what are you can take any chatbot which is been working. This is the architecture which the chatbot follows. Clear? Yes. Regarding node rate, let us talk next. Let me first understand. Are you clear with the architecture or not? Did you understand the architecture of chatbot? Yes or no? Okay. One no. No. Yes. I'll just quickly explain you. How could we understand? I don't know why you guys are asking me how could you understand. I could not help you if you are not able to understand the simple architectures also. Okay. See guys, in this architecture, basically you have three layers. Okay. First, your presentation layer. Second, your machine learning layers. Third, your data layer. Okay. First comes your presentation layer. This presentation layer is nothing but it might be your website, it might be your Facebook, it might be your Slack. These things are nothing but once you have built your chatbot, you integrate your chatbot, which has been built to some kind of website. It might be to some Facebook. You know, if you integrate it to Facebook or you integrate it to Slack, right? That all mediums comes under presentation layer. Okay. Now, whatever input the user is giving, now let's assume that I have created a chatbot and integrated it to a Slack this time. Okay. I've integrated it to Slack. Okay. Now a customer comes and he gives his query in this Slack as hi. Okay. It is hi is nothing but a greeting, right? So now my Slack, in the Slack, he's giving us hi, right guys? So my hi, whichever the customer is given, that comes to the messaging backend. In this messaging backend, what happens before going to the machine learning layer? We have a layer called messaging backend, a block called messaging backend. Okay. In this messaging backend, what happens is whenever we give some query and hit on enter, it goes to the messaging backend, and here all the type, all it has some extensions in it. It has some headers with the text. Along with this hi, you have some headers XYZ headers with them. Okay. So in this layer, in this block, what happens in this messaging backend is that extra part rest from my message, whatever the extra part I have, it gets removed. Okay, they'll remove. Only my hi as a plain text goes to my machine learning layer. In this machine learning layer, I have two blocks. That is NLP and NLU block, and the second one is decision engine block. Okay. In this NLU and NLP, the first block, right? Let me expand you what is NLP and what is NLU. NLP stands for natural language processing. NLU stands for natural language understanding. Okay. And next, This is my first block. Here what happens, my message, my plain text which has been coming, it's been processed or by it's been understood here in this first layer. Okay, it's been processed. Okay. The second block which is there is a decision engine. Here what happens, whatever query is being processed and given to this decision engine, it decides what the output should be given, okay, in the normal form. Then it gives that to my NLG. My NLG stands for Natural Language Generation. Okay, here my decision engine decides like what sort of output should be given. Then it goes to my NLG. From this NLG, my message, my output goes to my messaging backend again. Okay. From this messaging backend, whatever the output has been given by this NLG is being printed to my Slack again. Okay. Now, in case my decision engine fails to decide, okay, fails to decide what to be done, then that is been go that then that message is been passed from decision engine, that is machine learning layer, to my data layer. Okay. In this data layer, I have two blocks again. One is data connector, one is customer data source. Whatever the message is being passed from the decision engine, that goes to my data connector, and then it connects that message to my data, that customer data block. Okay. In this customer data block, my query is been searched and the relevant output is been occupied. The query which I have made, for that the relevant output is been selected and then come back to my, and the same thing come back to my NLG, and from this NLG it generates the plain text to my messaging backend. From this messaging backend again I get the response to my Slack or to my Slack. Okay. Now are you clear with the entire process? You can type in chat whether are you clear or not. Yes. Thanks for your reply, guys. Now I want to understand from this what happens. Our theory session ends. Okay. For here, I am done with my theory part. Now let us build a chatbot. Okay. Let us build the chatbot. Screen share. I hope my screen is visible to you guys. That is my Node-RED screen is visible. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I totally understand that. Thanks. So I want to understand a thing from you. Have you all created your Watson assistant service? Have you all created your Watson assistant service, guys? Yes. So you all guys just log in. Uh, Pooja, I'll explain you at the end. Let me complete this chatbot building session, okay? Because I have left with only 1.5 hours. In that, I have to complete this chatbot, right? So come back, log into your IBM Cloud accounts, guys. If you have created your Watson Assistant service earlier before this session, you will have your Watson Assistant in this service section under your dashboard. Sorry, in your dashboard under service section, you can find your Watson Assistant. Okay. If you guys have not created your Watson Assistant, please follow the steps what I am doing now. Go to your catalog. Go to your catalog search for Watson Assistant. Okay, and then let the region be as London and click on create. Right here you can see that I have created my Watson Assistant service. Right, just click on launch Watson Assistant. From here, guys, I will not allow you to chat because I can see many irrelevant answers in the chat. So I'm closing the chat tab near me as well. I'll not be seeing the chat from now. Only your lowering your hands and raising your hands is the option you are left with. Okay. Once you launch your Watson Assistant, you will be onto this page. Are you guys onto this page? If yes, please raise your hands. Right now, on your left side, you have two options, that is assistance and skills, right? Just click on this skills option. When you click on the skills option, you will find an option called create a skill. Click on create skill. Okay. Here, then you will be finding three options, action skills, search skills, and a dialogue skills. Okay. Just click on dialogue skill and click on next. Okay. Just we are going to create an scripted bot which is restaurant bot. Okay. So I'm giving my skill name as resto bot. Okay. And give the name to your skill and click on create dialog skill. Are you guys onto this page? If yes, please raise your hand. Let me wait about the guys. I can see very few members raising your hand. Guys, are you all following the sessions? Like, are you all working parallel with us or not? If you work parallel, you can understand in a better way. Yeah. Thanks for your all responses. So now you have you are onto this page, right? Create an intent on the same page. Intent, sorry. You're on this page, right? Just click on create an intent. Okay, here we have three things: intent, entity, and dialogue. Okay, in this intent, we take for example, we give some XYZ questions that are being given in this intent. Next, we have entity. Then we have dialogue. Dialogue in other words, I'll show you what is the dialogue and all kind of things. Okay. Now here, intent is in a simple word. Intent can be the input which the customer we take the input which takes from the customer. Okay. So let us create a simple thing first, a greeting. Okay. Let us create a greeting first. So just in this intent name, give type as greetings, Greetings, greetings. Okay, and click on create intent. Right, these are case sensitive. Uh, so if you are giving here capital, then you need to work with capital for the next time as well. I suggest you to type all the things in lowercase letters, not in uppercase. Okay. So here what happened, I have given the name for my intent. Okay. Then I have to give the type of inputs. So the greetings are nothing but hi, hello, good evening, good afternoon. All these kinds of things are called as greetings. Right. So let us give that examples here in that user example section. Just give, just add some examples, random examples, something like hi, hello, hi, hello, good morning. Okay, I'm going with the three examples. You can go some XYZ. You can go with some XYZ examples. Okay. So then you can then I'm going back. Here you can see that my intent of creating is created, right? Intent of greeting is created, right? So then now go to your dialog option, which is there under your entities option. You have a dialog option, right? Just click on that dialog option. Then here in this dialog option, you will have two nodes pre-built. You have two pre-built nodes, which is welcome node and anything else nodes. We should not disturb these both nodes. Okay. Welcome node is nothing but I'll show you. When you hit on this right node, here you can see some message, something like hello, hi, how can I help you, right? This particular message is being prompting from this with the help of this welcome node only. Okay, and in this anything else node, it contains all the error message. Like see, train, if I train my model with hi, and if I am giving my model as hello, it will not understand, right? Because I've earlier mentioned you that we are going to create an scripted bot. So here I'm not training it with hello world, right? Then it will not understand, right? So it prompts this type of errors, that is like I did not understand. Can you you can try rephrasing, all kind of error message will be printing. That messages will be printed with the help of this anything else. For your example, for your understanding, let me give it as hi. It is prompting us, I did not understand. You can try rephrasing. I have here what I have done, I have created an intent with the help created with a intent with example of hi. But in this dialog I have not trained my bot, right? So it is prompting, it is not understanding what is hi. So it is prompting an error message. These error message will be prompt with the help of this anything else node. Okay. Clear till here, guys? If you are clear, please raise your hand. Yes. Thanks for your response. I hope my voice is also clear. Screen, voice, everything is clear, right? Yes. Thanks for your response. So let us now train our model. Model in the sense like let us train our intent what we have created earlier, right? Just click on this three dotted button and click on add a node below. Click on add node below. Okay. Here we can assign the name here. Let me assign greeting. The name to the node, it can be any case. Here I have created an intent, right? So intent is been denoted with hashtag. You can see here. Intents are denoted with hashtag. Entities are denoted with the rate symbol, and context variable is been denoted with a dollar symbol. These context variable I'll explain the further steps. Okay. For now, we'll be creating our intent. Okay. So just click on this intent, and this intent, we have created an intent called greetings, right? So you can see here it is been directly showcasing us as soon as we select on intent, like as soon as we hit on the intent. So click on this greetings. Okay. Now, now what happens if my bot recognizes this intent, what it should be replied, that we have to give there, right? So let us assign the text should be responding. What my bot should respond, we have to assign it, right? Then let us give some text to it. I give as hi, enter, hello, enter, good morning, right? I am giving my bot whenever it responds some greetings, it should respond with this below option. Okay, that is hi, hello, or a good morning, and then just cut it off. Or you can just scroll. Yeah, you can just cut it off. So you can see here it was rotating, right? You saw earlier. That means it got pain. So let me clear this, close it, and again retry it. Okay. So here you can see hello, how can I help you? This method is currently prompting from my welcome now, right? So I have trained my dialogue with my greeting now, right? So let me give some greeting as hi. You can see earlier I was getting a response as I did not understand before training this greeting node, right? But now after training my greeting node, what I'm getting in the response for hi, it is giving me as hi. Okay. So I hope you have understood till here. Clear, guys? Yes. Thank you. In this similar way, we'll be keep on creating our intent and entities, and once after creating this code, we'll create our dialog flow. Okay. Let us add some intents now again. Like I have already mentioned that we will be creating a restaurant bot, right? Now in this restaurant bot, what happens? First they greet us. After these greetings, what we do? We inquire there, right? Such inquiry is something like what kind of stuff you have, what kind of your menu card, or what kind of special items you have. Yes or no? Am I right? So that kind of inquiry will be creating the intent now for the inquiry. Okay. Just click on this intent on your left and then click on create intent. Okay. In this intent, give the name to intent as inquiry. Given, guys, can I proceed further? Have you given the name as inquiry? Okay. So just click on create intent. Just go to intent, click on create intent, and just give the name as inquiry. Inquiry. And click on create intent. Okay. You can see here my intent has been created successfully. That is my inquiry intent is been created. Let me give some examples for that. I inquire, can I get the menu card, or can I get the menu? I'm adding that example. Or I asked for what are the offers available, right? I inquired. If I'm adding a sample things, you can create on your own. If you want to add some extra, you can add the things. Okay. So here you can see I have been added, like I have been added some examples under my inquiry intent, right? So let me go back and go to my entity. We have not seen till now, like we have not created entities till now, right? Let us create our entity. Entity first. Just click on this create entity. Entity is nothing but a short forms. We can assign some short forms to it randomly. Okay. Let us create again with our inquiry. Okay. Click on entity and give the name to the entity and click on entity. Okay, there what we have, I have given what are the offers available or can I get some menu card, all kind of stuff. Right? Instead, if my customer types only menu, it should recognize it, right? Such kind of things we do in this entity. Okay, I train it with menu, then I train with it offers and click on add to value. Okay, I have created my entity, sorry, intent of inquiry. In that, I have added two things, that is menu and offers. Okay, and then let us go back to the dialog section. Okay, here the dialog section. Now just click on the three dots and click on add node below, and let us give the name as inquiry. The node name as inquiry. Right? And if it recognizes intent as inquiry, what should be done? Everything. Okay. Now let us, even on the multiple responses here. Okay. To on this multiple responses, you need to go. You need to click on this customize. Okay. Once you click on this customize, you get an option called multiple responses here. Right. Just click on. Just click on this on so that it gets on our multiple responses on. Okay. Here, if recognizes, what should I give? Okay. Here we have something like this. If you add your multiple responses, you'll be getting in this way. Okay. We have created our entities, right? Let us create give entities here. Inquiry is menu. Then what should be customized? And then let us even add that. Okay, let us even add our offers to inquiry is offers. Then here for the offers, I give some random offer in text format. That is, um, there is an offer of let us give some 30% on all non-veg items. Okay. Now, guys, just I'm enabling. No, I don't enable that. So now my menu card is in the form of a picture, right? That is nothing but an image, right? So now, how to add this image? Okay. So to add this image, what you should do is here you can see an option called setting, something like setting options, right? Just click on this option, and then here you are seeing something as assistant response. Under that, you can find a drop down where currently it is in the form of text. So let us change this form, like text format, to the image format. Okay. And in the image format, you have to give image URL. Okay, the image source, we have to give a URL here, but there is a condition over here. The URL which you are giving should have an extension of .png or .jpeg. Okay, so let us search for that URL. Even that URL I'll be pasting. Once I get the URL of that image, I'll be giving you in the chat section. Okay, let me on the chat as well. Let me search for that. Really? Menu, menu part. Let me select this image. Let me copy the image address and test it first. Is it having an extension or not? So it is not having an extension, so it will not be working for us. So next, copy this image. Okay, and let me do a thing. I think I have already have an image extension with JPG. Let me start that and tell you. God. Where's the image URL? Uh, URL. Yeah, I have got that URL, guys. I'm pasting the same thing in the chat section. You can use that URL. Okay. Here in this image pro section, right, you need to give that particular menu card URL. Okay. Here you can see this extension, this image URL has an extension of .jpg. Right? Click on save. It got changed. Right, guys? So now, what is our next step? Is to check. Right? We need to check that. Okay. So let me check it initially. Let me start this and click on try now. Okay. Clear. I have cleared everything. So I'm giving us home. I'm giving us menu. You can see here, guys, my menu card, which is been displaying here. For you to check whether it's a proper output or not, I'm just showing you the same menu card URL here. See, you can compare this chatbot menu. Sorry, you can compare this menu card image here and in our chatbot as well. Okay. So in this way, you can give your if you want to show some images in the chatbot, you can use this type of. Okay. So let me give even try with offers. I have given the offers as well, right? Okay. I have given like whenever my user enters an offer, it should be prompt with there is an offer of 30% off on all blah blah blah, right? In the same case with the menu card. Whenever my user asks for the menu card, as soon as he types for the menu as menu, my menu card displays here. Whatever the URL we give there, it displays here. Clear with here, clear till here, guys? Are you all clear to here? Right. Can I proceed further, guys? Yes, please raise your hand. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm lowering your hand. So now let's create our intent again. Now what happens? I have gone to my restaurant. I have got ratings. I have got inquired like what are the menu. I have seen their menu card. I have you know I have known what are the offers available. Right now, my next step is to order the food. Right, guys. So let's create an intent of order. Okay. Click on create intent. Let me cut all these things from here. Try it out. Okay. Let me create an intent with the name of order. Order, right? Click on create intent. In that, I am adding some examples. Something like, um, can you please please my order? Okay. This is one type of example, and the other thing is take my order. Okay. I have given these two things as intent. Okay, don't confuse guys. I have given intent as order, and under that I have created it as uh, I've given the intent as order, and I've given two examples. That is, can you please take my order? And the second one is, can you? I hope. Wait, let me check. Can you place my order? And the second was take my order. Okay. Now let's cut this and like let's go back and go to our entities as well. Okay, we have created an intent of you know what order. Now let's go back to my entity and there create an entity of items. Okay, click on entity and create it as item. Okay, click on create. Done till here, guys. Are you done till here? If yes, please raise your hand. Yes. So let me add some items. I'll not add much items, guys. I'll add just 2 to 3 items. Let me add some items. That is and we have given some offer on non-veg, right? Let us add that too. Okay. I have added some 3 items. That is butter chicken biryani, and paneer butter masala, right? So, which is what happens. I have created an entity, not intent, entity with the items. Okay, and I have added some 3 items to it. Okay, so now let's go back to our dialog. And even before going back to our items, what we have to do, we are taking the item, but we have to know the quantity, right? The restaurant guy will be asking what sort of quantity you want to place, right? If I say paneer butter masala, like what kind of quantity I should give the quantity of that item, right? So for that, let us add that. Let us enable that too. Under this my entities section, you have something like system entities, right? Just click on this system entity. Okay. Here you can find this number, right? You can find this number just on it, which is what happens. We can the quantities what are there 1, 2, 3, 4. That is in numbers, right? To accept that quantity, we on this system entity. Okay, under the system entities, we on this number. Okay, done guys. Until here, have you added this thing? Added, right? So let's go back to my dialog. Sorry. Let's go back to my dialog, and below my inquiry node, I am adding a node again. And here, guys, you have to be careful that these scripted bots, for like this guy, we are creating a dialog skill, right? So here it follows the order of the dialogues what we are giving here. In case if you give the dialog, you know, in case if you give this inquiry node below the greeting node, then your greeting will not be working first. You should give your inquiry first. So that's not the proper way, right? So you have to keep in mind that when you are building, like when you are giving this dialogue, you have to give it in an order wise. It's the step by step procedure. You need to follow the steps. Okay. First greeting, then inquiry, then order. Okay. Let me create a node with the name of order. Okay. Creating with the name of order. Then if assistant recognizes my entity as order, okay, I have given my recognition section. Then let's go. Now here we have two sections, guys. We have a multiple responses thing, and even we have a one for slot. Sorry, slot. Yes, slot. Okay, we have two options here. Now, first I'll show you with multiple responses. Then I'll show you with the slots option. Okay. Let me go back. Let me click on this customize. Then on my multiple responses, I need to click on this customize. Okay. Here you can see we have slots, we have multiple like responses, right? So first I'll be showing you what we can do with these multiple responses. Then I'll show you slots. Okay. On this multiple responses, click on create. Okay. Here, before going this, just click on this option, settings option, customize response option. Here you can see in the previous one, what we have done in the inquiry one, we have just changed my text for the text to image because I want to show a image. And in if assistant recognize section, what we have kept, we have given only hashtag inquiry, right? But here, what we'll be doing is we'll be create like sorry, we have given at the rate inquiry right there, but here we use two things. That is at the rate item and at the rate number. I have told you right to accept the numbers. Like if I give some order, if I order some item, I need to give it quantity as well, right? For that, we are doing this thing. Okay. Here in this, if assistant recognizes section, you need to give at the rate items as well as at the rate this number. Okay. Done till here, guys. Are you done till here? Okay. So now let's continue with the rest of it. Okay. So now what happens? We have given something like if assistant recognizes. If my assistant recognizes items and numbers, what should it respond? That should be typed here, right? Let us type that. Your order for at the rate items, because I'm giving this at the rate items as I'll not be knowing like what items the customer is going to give, right? That's what my items, whatever my customer gives the item name there will be reflected back here. Okay. So that's what at the rate items of quantity at the rate this number. I'm giving this number as if my customer enters one or two or three, that number will be reflected in the place of this number. Okay, is order successful. Okay, this is what I have to give. Okay, then click on save. Okay, here you can see the changes, right? If assistant recognizes at the rate items and at the rate this number, then what should be my response that we have given? So now let's check with this. Okay, just go back to your site and then you can directly give us menu. My menu is given, right? Then I will give us order. Okay, I'll place my order. Okay, can you order butter masala of quantity 2, or we can give simple as paneer butter masala of 2 plates. Okay, click on enter. Then you can see here, right? The order of quantity. Okay, here you can see here, guys. I have given my I in the capital I. Like I have given my items in the items. I have given my I as a capital one. Okay, but here when I gave when I typed it in a response, I given a small I. That is the reason here my item name is not being printed. So let us change it. Capital I, click on, let's clear it. So let me directly show you the output. Okay, here you can see now, right? Your order of so and so of quantity, so and so quantity is ordered successfully. Okay, with the help of multiple response, we can do this. Now, I have already told you we have another option called slots, right? Now, let's check how the slots useful. How the slots are useful to us. Now, sometimes what happens, the customer directly gives the item number without giving that quantity. Okay, or sometimes what happens, he gives he gives the quantity, but he does not give the item to us, item name to us, right? In these cases, our slots will be helpful to us. Okay, the option called slots. So let us enable the slot and deal with the slots. Okay. So now come back to here, click on order, and then click on customize, and then here you are your viewing option called slot, right? Just click on, okay, and then click on apply. Okay, so here you can see a change. Here your slots are being added, right? So here check for, I'm giving here at the rate item. I need to check for the items, right? Then my dollar context variable. I've told you, right? Context variable are denoted by dollar symbol. That is nothing but my items, which I am giving the item name. It's been stored in this context variable. The item name is been stored here. Okay. If my item name is not there, what should I respond with? Okay. So then what should I respond with? If the item is missing, I should respond with what do you want to order, or what item you want to order. You can do as you wish. Okay. Okay. I will go with what do you want to order. Okay. The same thing we have to continue with the number. Okay. Just click on the option called add to slot here to add a number. Okay. We are done. We are done for the item. Now the same thing should be done for the number, right? Iterate this number. Then here in the prompt message, please mention the quantity. Okay. What I have done, I have created a slot now, right? Yeah, you don't need to change anything here. Okay. Now we are done with the slot. Now in this assistant response, what we have given, if my bot recognizes items and number, what should it respond? We have given it, right? So now next check with the response. If my number is my item is there, and if my slot is if my number is not been given, you know that thing. Okay. Let's click on add to response. Then go to this, click on customize, and here just give at the rate items. Okay, and then click on and you have to give context variable of numbers. Okay, context variable of numbers. Okay, here you need to add exclamation equals to double quotes. Okay, this form is null type. Okay, if item is given and number is not given, then what it should be, respond with. Okay, in this case, what it should be, respond, I have to give here, right? Your order for so and so item of quantity is been ordered successfully, in that way. Okay, your order of quantity, sorry, your order of at the rate items should be mentioned, right? What are the items has been printed, that should be mentioned here, right? Of order items of quantity of numbers of dollar symbol, which is the dollar symbol of number is placed successfully. Okay. Now just click on save. The same thing should be repeated with my number. Now here what we have given for the numbers, right? The same thing should be repeated for my items as well. Okay, let's do for our item. At the rate number. If my number is given and my items is not given, we are doing for that case. Okay, and context variable for items. We need to do for items, right? No, items, the same thing, exclamation and sorry, equals to. Okay, this is the thing which you have mentioned. Okay. I hope I forgot the explanation, right? Good. Now we have to, if my system, that is, if my chatbot recognizes this thing, what it should respond, right? So the same thing, your order of your order of dollar item quantity at the rate if number is is okay. Let me check with this whether I have given the proper one here. Okay, so we are done with my slots, addition of slots. Okay, let me check. Let me show you the output. Let us check. Okay, after adding the slot, what how it works exactly. So just click on try it out and clear all this stuff here. So I am typing as can you take my order. Let me give it as take my order. What do you want to order? Okay, it is prompting me for my item. Okay, it's giving us paneer butter masala. Then it is prompting. I have given my item name, but I have not mentioned the quantity here, right? That's what it is asking me to mention the quantity. Okay, I have mentioned it as 3. Then you can see here your order of so and so item, the paneer butter masala of quantity 3 is placed successfully. I hope you are clear with this. Are you all clear till here, guys? You know, I hope you have understood why slot and all things after doing this thing. Slots are useful when the user is forgetting. When the user is only giving the item name and forgetting the number, or when the user is giving the number and forgetting the item name, then such kind of in such cases, this will be useful. Done, guys. Done till here. I'm lowering all your hands. So, are you done till here, guys? Understood? Or anything else to be repeated? Okay. Now, what we'll be doing is we have a other case. Now, guys, for the first order, it is working fine, right? If in case I have 2 or 3 orders, then what I should be done? Now here when you go to this manage contacts, here your item name and your number is placed, like it is saved already, right? Now if I am ordering for the first time, then it's fine. It works properly. If I am ordering for the second time, then what? Okay. In such a case, what happens? What we have to do? We have to delete the context variables, right? We have to delete this context variables, right? So for deleting this context variable, what should be done? Let's see that now. Okay. Close. Close it or let it be. Go to your orders. Sorry. Here, just click. mm, No, no, I don't. Sorry. Sorry. this order section. Okay, so let us add a child node. Yes, add a child node. Then click here. Here you have an option called Open Context Editor, right? Just click on this context editor. Sorry, open the JSON editor. Sorry. Okay. Here you can find some JSON format code, right? A console is open, right? Now you have to like I'll be giving some small piece of code to you in a message. Piece of code to be typed here. I'm giving that in a chat. Please make a note of it. Okay. Here now here of in this output in this console you can find something like output colon flower open bracket, right? A flower bracket. Sorry. After that, hit enter and there paste the code. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. Here, let's keep the variable name that is items. Okay. And then here we need to give a sys number, right? Sys hyphen number, which you can see it here in this try it out section. When you click on this manage contact, you can see here items. The same thing should be given here. Okay. And then the number. So there's no this number, it's a number. Let me change it to number. Right. So I'm giving the code again to you guys. After the output section, see, just follow what are all the steps I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Let me do it again for you. Just add a child node. Let me delete this. Let me add a child node to order. Okay. Click on add child node. Then here, if assistant recognizes, you have three dots, right, on your right side. Just click on this three dots, click on Open JSON Editor. Click on Open JSON Editor. Once you click on that, a JSON editor will be open. Okay. Here you are finding output column of open flower bracket, right? Just click on Enter and paste the code whatever I have given to you. It's a code for deleting your deleting your context variables which have been saved. Okay, and just cut. Okay, here you can see one response. Okay, so here try it. Let me cut and try it. And one more thing, guys. Here, uh, Let me type it as true. If assistant recognizes, so okay, let me give that true. Cut it and let me try. Before that, open your order node, then scroll it down, click on skip user input. Okay, then cut that node. Now click on this try it now. Okay, now click on this try now. Clear this. I'll just directly do it fast for you. Order. Clear all this. Let me show you the complete thing from the beginning. From the greetings. Hmm. Okay. Now can you take my order? Okay. What do you want to order? Let me try this. Other name this one. Okay. It is asking me. It's prompting me for the number 3, 4, 0, 4. And here you can see your order of chicken biryani quantity 4 has been saved successfully. Now let us check whether my contact variable is been deleting or not. Here you can see before applying the code to delete, we had something called uh, some my item name and my number used to be saved here in the under context variables, right? But now it is not there, right? This is because we have added there the code to delete context variables. Now here you can check it again. Can you uh, can you place this order? You can. I have placed the order here already. Even when I am giving a second time, can you place the order? It is asking me for the order number, right? This is how you can build a sample bot. Okay. So here in this welcome node, let me change this hello. How can I help you to hello? I am. To change this, just click on your welcome node and under your assistant response, you can change as you like. I am your restaurant. Then how can I help you? It's already mentioned, right? So let me delete the thing. Okay, just go cut down and click on clear. So here you can see a change, right? I have changed. I've given in my milk the response what I have given in my welcome note. The same thing is been reflected all here, right? Then way, are you clear how to build a sample chart? How to build a sample bot? This bot which I have demonstrated to you is a very simple one. Okay. Then guys, are you clear till here? Clear? If yes, please raise your hands. Right. Clear, right? So now we have to till now what we have done, we have built a bot. Now we need to integrate it, right? Let us integrate the dialog skill what we have created till now. Okay. To do that, what you have to do now here on your left side, you have an option called assistant, right? Just click on the option called assistant. Okay. Now, once you click on the option called assistant, you have again an option called, you can see an option called create assistant, right? Just click on this create assistant. Okay. Just give the name you want to give, and I continue with the same name, that is Restobot. Okay. And just click on create assistant. I'm creating an assistant for the dialog skill what I have built. Okay. And then here in this dialog section, you have an option called add dialog skill, right? You have an option called add dialog skill. Just click on this add dialog skill. Okay. Now here you can see, as soon as I click on add dialog skill, my dialog skill which I have created just now is being shown, right? Just click on this Restobot. So you can see here my intents, how many intents, how many entities, and how many dialog nodes are there. You can see the complete trend of it right here. And then click on preview link. On my right, I have an option called click on, I have an option called preview link, right? Just click on this preview link. And this here, once you click on your preview link, you have an link here, right? Just click on that link. Here is your assistant. The dialog which you have created now, for that, this is your assistant. See the same thing. Hi. Can I get any I can see the menu, right? Can you please help me with oh, I hope I have given a capital O there. Oh, so you can see here what are the offer I'm getting. The offers it is in display. Now can you place and order? What do you want to order? I need what I have been added. So it is asking, I have just mentioned the item name, but I have not given the quantity, right? It is asking me, prompting me for the quantity. Just do and enter. Then you can see here your order of some so and so item of quantity so and so is there. This is how you can build your chatbot. This we have integrated to an assistant, and if you want to integrate, if you want this to be integrated to something else, that even that you can do. Okay, let me show you. Just close this. Okay, here you have add to integration, right? Once you click on this add to integration, you can integrate this to your Facebook, your Slack, and even your websites. Okay, this you can try by yourself. I hope you have all understood this, right? Are you all clear till here? The steps to build a chatbot the integration to the assistant. Then right, so I'll enable chat for a few minutes. I request only if you have any doubt, you can ask me here. Yes, I'm open for your doubts. Explain slots. Okay, I'll do that. Greetings. Okay. EKP. You're talking about visual recognition. Anil, just check. Sorry, have you enabled the system number? That is this number. Please check with that. Okay. So I have an request to tell to repeat the steps of slot and a waiting service. I'll do that. Okay. Waiting. Waiting in the sense I have to repeat the whole thing again. Yeah, we do have the session recordings. We will be sharing that. Okay. Okay. I'll explain them again. No worries. Okay. Go back to my skill, and this is skill which I have created, right? See, guys. First, let me explain the flow for you. Okay. Let me explain the dialogue. See, as soon as you enter to a restaurant or you go to a restaurant, first the people over there will greet you. Something like hi, hello, good evening, all kind of stuff. These things are called a greeting. Hi, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. All these kind of things are called greetings. Okay. So what we do, we create an intent with the name of greetings and place all these greetings, that is hi, hello, and all as a user example. Okay, and that as it's the first part, we are giving the node as first node. Like we are keeping the greeting node as first node. Okay, this welcome node, here the greeting is the second as welcome node. Uh, Whenever we enter, the greeting comes from the opposite person, right? The welcome node. Here you can see, hello, I am your restaurant bot. How can I help you? This is the first message. That comes from my welcome node. Next, I am giving a hi, and I give some so and so. I need all the things. Right? I greet it. Okay, that's what my greeting node is second. Okay, then after greeting, I ask, I inquire for it might be for a menu card, it might be for offers, or it might be anything. I inquire there, right? That's what my third node is, my inquiry node. In this inquiry node, I have all multiple responses because I am asking for menu card as well as my offers, right? That's what I am enabling my multiple response. That how to enable that multiple response. You have an option called customize over here, right? Just click on this customize. Initially, this will be in this way. Just on it and click on apply so that your multiple response section gets enabled. In the first section, we give inquiry is to menu card, then the URL of that menu card. In the text, if it is in this text format, if you give the URL as well, only the URL will be printed, but not the menu card will be displayed. Okay, but the menu card will not be displayed. To display that menu card, what we do, we click on this customize response option, and then in this assistant response section, we change the text to image format. Okay, so once we change this image text to image format, what happens? It asks for the image source. We give the source here. Okay, we give the source. Source is nothing but the URL. What for all images we have a URL. That URL also should be in a proper format, that is with the extension of .png or .jpg. Okay, and just give the URL over here and click on save. The same thing for the offer. But for the offers, we are not displaying any kind of images, right? So for that case, what I have given, I am just displaying and text. That's what I am keeping it as my assistant response as text. This text, whatever I have been typed here, will be displayed as soon as a customer asks for an offer. Okay, this is about your inquiry note. And coming to your orders note. In this orders note, I have already explained you about multiple responses, right? When I have 2 to 3 responses, like that's what I use my multiple responses. Now, here we are introducing a new concept, that is a slot. Now, how slot helps us? Okay, this slot, with the use of this slot, we can create something like this. Okay, now in case my user is not giving, my user is just giving the item name but not mentioning the quantity. In such cases, my bot should respond with the quantity number, right? It should prompt, like it should ask for the quantity number, right? As the quantity number is missing. In such type of cases, our slots will be helpful. Here you can see we have given for items. It is checking for the item. If my item name is missing, then it will respond with what do you want to order. Okay, here you can type, this is your wish, you can type anything. In my case, I am given as what do you want to order. Okay, if my item number, if my item name is missing, I am prompting a message as what do you want to order. Okay, now comes the second case. If the item name is given and the quantity is missing, in such cases, what I have to do, I have to specify my number there. Right? Sorry, if my number is missing, what I have to prompt, please mention the quantity. Right? Here you can see. If check first, it is checking for the switch number. If it is not present, it is prompting us, please mention the quantity. Okay, this is with the orders. This is for the orders and the slot section. Okay, and the same case with the multiple responses. If the customer is giving his item name and the quantity at the beginning, then my bot should respond with this message that your order of so and so item of so and so quantity is being placed successfully. Okay. Now second case for the slots. Okay. Here if my item number is missing, then it should take the item number and print the response, right? That is my third response here. Here you can see I have given the condition over here, right? The same, the second condition what we have to do, like second response is for if the number is missing and the item name is given. Okay, this is the condition there. Okay, this is for multiple responses of order. Okay, and this child node I have created under the order parent node, because now see, if I'm ordering, if I'm placing a if I'm placing my first order, then it's fine. If I want to order, if I want to have, like if I want to give my second order, then what happens? If I don't delete this context variable, as my first ordered item name and the quantity will be saved in my context variable, my second order will not be accepted. Okay, it prompts me the message of my first order itself. So what we do, we create a child node under the order parent node. Okay, once we create the child node, we enable we open our JSON editor. Under that editor, we give a code to delete the context variable. Okay, we give a code, like let me show the code again. The code is in a JSON format. Okay, open the JSON editor. Here you can see underneath of this order variable, we are giving a code. This is the code which, we are giving. Okay, deleted. Under that contacts dot remove, what it should remove, the item name should be removed, right? That we are giving in the bracket under quotes. And then contacts dot remove under the bracket quotes, we are giving the number as I want to remove my items and the numbers. I'm giving a code for that in a JSON format. Okay, what are the code we have written now to the in the JSON format. Okay, this we do with help of this uh, child node. That's it. Hope you have understood now. The people who have requested for the inquiry, the people who have requested the greeting notes and the order notes. I hope your doubts are clear now. If clear, please raise your hands. Thanks, Priya. Thanks, Anil. So overall, have you all understood the first part what we have done is Node-RED for the visual recognition. Are you all aware of that? Do you have any queries in that? If yes, please raise your hand. Someone asked me about the API keys and service endpoint. That I'll tell you now. Let me tell that first and then move for the other thing. Okay. This is my function node. Okay. That means this is my flow. Okay. In this flow, first I'm giving my template node, because with the help of this template node only I can browse my images. Okay. I have written a CSS and HTML code under this template node. Okay. Then this template node I am connecting it with my visual recognition service node. Why I am connecting this visual recognition service node? Whatever the input I am giving in a UI, in the user interface, that should be interacted with my visual recognition service, and then I should get my output, right? For that, I am connecting my template node to visual recognition service node. And in this visual recognition service node, what I am doing is I am giving my API key and my service endpoint. How do I get this API key and service endpoint? Right? Whenever you create your visual recognition service, you will be landed onto a page, something like this. Okay. Let me open it again. So you have a service, visual recognition service under the service section. Just click on open in a new tab. Then you will be landed onto this particular page. Okay, you will be landed onto this particular page. On page, under the credentials section, you have an API key and a URL provided, right? Just click on this show credentials and copy this API key from here. Just click on this copy option and paste the same API key in the field of API key, and the same case again. Just copy your URL from here and paste that in my service endpoint section, and click on done and click on deploy. Okay, this is the thing for API keys. Someone has asked me regarding this, so this is the steps to get your API key. Here, okay, and this flow, this direct step which I have been explained now is for the general model. Now, in case if you want to give the input to your training model, and the trained model should be interacted to your visual recognition service, in such a case, we use a function node in between this template and visual recognition service. What happens here is in this function node, we write a code something like message msc dot span in a thing parameter equals to flower bracket double quotes classifier ID, and we give the model ID over here. Our model ID is nothing but classifier ID. We give there, okay? We give our classifier ID there and click on them. Whenever I give an input in my user interface, it goes to my model. Then my model gets interacted with my visual recognition service, and then I'll get my output. Okay. So I'm done with the things what I want to explain today. I hope you have understood the flow, visual recognition flow, as well as the steps to create your chatbot. You can respond through chat. Pooja, you were asking for the visual recognition. Now are you clear? Sorry, the noted part. You can ignore the warnings. So much. What do you want to work? Like you can create n number of flows in this node, right? You can just you can just click on this plus symbol where your flow, a new editor gets open, and you can work on it. You can create your flow and work on it. Okay, you want the code node like flow no link, right? Let me give that. Okay, here it is. The visual recognition flow code is there in that particular URL. So you can watch this recording will be made available in our YouTube channel, that is the SmartInternz. You can watch from there. Let me share that channel link as well. Yeah. In just a second, guys. Okay. Here is the link of our channel. I have given the link of our channel. Please subscribe it and you will not be missing any of our videos. All the recordings will be made available in our YouTube channel. Nimish, you'll get certificate upon completion of your project. After this session, you have a project Build-A-Thon. where you have to enroll for the project, and once you complete your project, you'll be getting the certificate. So yes, you can go through the recordings if you want to, how to use your flow and all. If you want to see, you can go to the recording. Yes, sir. I hope you are clear with this today's session, and if you have any, yes, yes, you can leave the meeting if you are clear and if you don't have any queries ahead. Anyways, you can watch the recordings, but you need to you need to do the project. Then only you'll be getting the certificate. Oh yeah. So now the same thing I'm repeating. If you want the certificate, you'll be getting the certificate upon completion of your project. I'll at the end of the fifth day of training, I'll give you a link where you can enroll for the project. Ankit, do you mean the note rate, sir? I okay. I hope that you don't have any queries ahead. Means if you attend the session, then I hope you can get more knowledge than you watch the recording. Because in recordings, you'll be not having this kind of interaction with us. You'll not in the live sessions only you'll have that interaction session. Grace Rajan, I hope I have answered the same before. You'll be getting the certificate if you submit the project only. And that is like if you have to submit the project which you have enrolled for. If you like, okay, I enrolled for X project and if you are submitting some Y project, then you will not be given a certificate because every project file which you are submitting will be reviewed by the mentor. Then only you will be getting the certificate. Whether I'll explain that all things at the end of this year, like on the fifth day might be you'll have MLAI, you know, MLAI cloud applications project. We have some the project will be related all the decisions which we are taking here. Anything else, guys? If you don't have any queries ahead, so that has been changed, Ankit. I'll import a new flow for you. Yes, yes. You can leave, guys. If you don't have any queries, you can leave. Yes, Ankit. The change is something like if you want to use your general model, this is your flow. Okay, this is your flow. And if you want to use your trade model, then your connections are something like this. where in this function node you need to give your model ID here in the place of this default custom model number underscore some number is there, right? In this place you have to give your model ID, and in this visual recognition service node you have to give your API key and your service endpoint as well. So anything else, guys? If you are all clear, then I'll be ending up the session. Hope you have learned something. So okay then, guys, I hope we can close the session. Guys, can I end the meeting? Can I end the session? Yeah. Thank you. Hope you have a great day.